everybody, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to episode 3 of our playthrough of Darkest Dungeon. This is the second part of the series where we're going through the campaign as promised. Now, put a lot of thought into it, and I came to the conclusion it was wisest to leave the dungeon. So we have left the dungeon. And why was it wise to leave? Well, here's the thing. We would have had to backtrack for more stress. We would have gone to we only have one torch. We would have gotten a curio room there and another curio room here, it turns out. I didn't know it was on there, or I was thinking it'd be empty. Which means we could have gotten 2 experience points, but I just think someone would have hit a level of stress we couldn't tolerate. So I did decide to return because there's some advantages to returning as well. You know, we're going to come back, we're going to freshen up, do some healing hopefully, and get some things going. But there's some things we have to do first. So I'm going to go over what happens when you return to the hamlet from the dungeon. So first thing we would do is we would shuffle back all the respective decks, right? So all the different decks that we took things out of. Let me put these curios back where they belong. In the curio deck and the rooms deck all get reshuffled. The monster deck, of course, does not. In this case, the monsters that are out of this are out of the game until such time that this boss has been defeated. So we reshuffle all the decks. We don't return things like our cool virtue. Oh, I think virtues go, right? That was a virtue? Or that was a quirk, a positive quirk. So we don't return those, and unfortunately we don't return the disease that Dismas has either. But then when we do get to the hamlet, we have a couple of things that go on. Now, in the order that I think we received them, we are going to first draw a hamlet event card. I believe that's the first step. I'm going to look through it. It's been a while. Yeah, we're going to draw a hamlet event card. Then we're going to roll for where the caretaker is. And these tokens here are here on purpose. These are 2 stagecoach tokens. It says place 2 waiting heroes tokens here. If one of us had died, we'd be able to replace that token with another hero, not the same one, a different one. There's quite a few actually in the game, so it's not like we'd be missing out by losing one, even though I do like our group and I want them to level up. And by the way, for leaving that adventure, we did get, hold on, let me find them. Where are the experience tokens? They're over here. We did get an experience because we were able to clear only one room. It's not quite enough. And oh, the other thing we do before we draw our hamlet event is we do have some provisions left over. Now it says immediately use them to if we needed to. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so these are the provisions we have left over. We would have take them. But immediately all conditions like bleeds and that sort of thing just go away. So we are going to remove them. But I did forget something with the Vestal. We would have taken 1 blight additional damage. So I'm going to put that on her sheet. I forgot to remove it at the end of the last turn where she would have taken a blight damage from the blight attack from the spider. So we're all caught up there. She's pretty damaged, so we need to get her healthy and hale. We're going to try and do that in Hamlet. But we do gain 1 gold for all of the provisions we didn't use, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to get ourselves a nice 5 stack of gold that we'll put on our sheet here on the round token. The light also goes back up to 5, our torchlight, and that is the end of that part of it, so we can start getting into the hamlet now. So now that we're here, we do have 15, like 17 gold, so we'll be able to do some stuff. I mean, things don't cost a ton. We can remove bad quirks, but I only have quirks on the highwayman, and it's a good one, so I don't think we want to remove quick reflexes from him. That doesn't make any sense. And remember, we cannot use the graveyard right now because of the necromancer. So, all right. Let's see what we get as a hamlet event. Labor force. Families banded together seeking to renovate one of the hamlet's buildings. Their altruism is a welcome welcome but mixed blessing. You may upgrade a building for free. If you do, you cannot visit it this week. Discard this event from the deck permanently. Okay, well, we'll put that aside with the creatures that have died in this adventure so far. And we'll put this back. So the question is, do I want to do that? What won't I be using? Let's see. Use one of the hero skills. I could upgrade the blacksmith. I don't need to remove quirks. Maybe I upgrade the Abbey for free. I could also upgrade the survival. So let's get those tokens out and see. I'm going to zoom in on the Hamlet, and we're going to take a look at that as well. Note, I need to keep this because we're going to mark this to 3 right here with our torch, because that's how many things we're going to get to do in the Hamlet before we are out of actions. Now, we have a lot of things that we can do here. I'm going to take a look at a few things, like the Nomad Wagon, where we can reveal trinkets. 3 level 1 trinkets. If I upgrade that to level 2, we can reveal 2 level 1 trinkets and 1 level 2 trinket. However, I don't know that we need to do that yet. So let's just say that's a no. Okay, we may use it. That's why I'm saying it, because we have money. We don't have experience. So at the tavern, we can reduce our stress. If I upgrade it now, that's great. I have more opportunity to get rid of stress. But we'll probably need that this turn too, because we have some stressed out people. I got the Abbey. Remove 1 quirk. Let's see if I do this. Look, we actually then next round, I don't need to remove any quirks. This is an option. I'm going to put this there for right now. Like, that's Abbey level 3. I need to get the Abbey level 2. Here's the Abbey level 2. So we can remove ones or gain a positive quirk. Still a possibility because we don't need it. Now for one experience points, I can't really do much of anything. So I'm not going to go to the guild yet, but let's see, Survivalist, instead of just getting 1 provision die for 1 gold, we could get 1 provision die for 1 gold or 2 for 3 gold. That's not a bad option. I'll think about that. Let's see, I'm definitely not going to do the blacksmith. Well, we could do the blacksmith. Use 1 of your skills as if it's 3 levels higher. Okay, I don't know about that. Let's see, there's the blacksmith level 3. We don't want that. The sanitarium. We're definitely going to use this. This is for healing. We got some damaged people, so I can't do that this round for free because we wouldn't be able to use it. That wouldn't be good. But we're definitely going to take advantage of this. The tavern would be so fantastic to get it to level 2. I'm still thinking about that. Stagecoach level 2 would add another hero token. I don't think that matters. We could do that one because it won't matter. No, we don't have a person to get from there. So I think I'm between the Abbey. We can't do the tavern. I'd love to, but I can't. We can do the Nomad Wagon. I don't think we're going to do that one. The tavern, I don't think we're ready to do in this case, for this purpose anyway. We could do the Survivalist. We'll think about that. And the Sanitarium, there's no way we need those. So I think that it's down to these few here. So I'm definitely going to rule out the tavern because we need it. I'm really thinking the Abbey, because the Abbey that's going to come in super handy later on as we remove 1 quirk, remove 2 quirks, or gain 1 positive quirk for 2, 3, or 2, 5, or 3 gold. Again, we could also upgrade the Stagecoach, but I don't see the value in that. This is also good, but we may use it this turn. For 1 gold, we can get a provision. It might be really useful. I think I'm settled on the Abbey. So our free upgrade, we can't use it this time. It's going to be the Abbey. The Abbey has gone to level 2. That's pretty cool. So we put these away. And we got level 2 Abbey. Now we could still upgrade buildings on our own at the cost of stuff and money and stuff. I will have to refresh my memory on if we can use them in the same turn or not, because if we can't, I really don't want to do it. But here's how this is going to work. And yeah, we're going to look up leveling up the Hamlet as well. Okay, Hamlet buildings and upgrades. Anytime during their stay in the Hamlet, players can spend money to upgrade the buildings. Oh, it costs. The cost for upgraded building is for 1 level is 20, except for the blacksmith and nomad, which are 10. So we could upgrade those, and that we could still use them even though we upgraded, but we spent the money on it. We have 22 gold and 1 experience. The 1 experience isn't going to do us much, but now we're going to get into our day. So the first thing we do is we roll for the caretaker. Where does he go? He goes to 5. Well, that's good. He went to the Abbey. We weren't going to use it anyway. That is fantastic. So he's parked out at the Abbey. We can't use the Abbey because the caretaker's there. We can use all the other buildings. Now, we have 3 days, basically, of things we can do here to recover ourselves. I think, first off, I'm sending the highwayman to... How much damage? He doesn't have that much. The Hellion has 5. It's the Vestal. The Vestal is going to go to the Sanitarium. where we're going to spend 3 gold. Let me get to 2 back. I'm going to have to have the gold over here somewhere. We can get 2 gold back. And that is going to heal her up to 10. Well, that's enough because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 to heal her entirely. That was her go. Okay, she is there. Actually, I take it back. I'm supposed to do those in order, so we know we're going to do this. I'm going to put her there. We're supposed to do it in order of aggressive stance, but I'm playing by myself, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to work with myself to place them in the right areas, right? I think what I'd like to do with the Hellion is she's actually in pretty decent shape. Maybe I'll send her to the Nomad Wagon. This is going to be good. She could go to the Nomad Wagon. She's a little stressed out, but not enough that I'm so worried about it. I am worried about the Highwayman. He's going to have to go get some stress taken care of. But I'm going to get out these level 1 trinkets right here. There's a big stack of them, as you can see. And these are items that we can use during the game that are very cool. We'll put the rest of them back. We just got the level 1s out right now. Where can I get rid of a disease? Is that the... Oh, remove a disease. Sanitarium. Well, we're going to have to get the grave robber, or sorry, the highwayman over there to get rid of the creeping cough. What does it cost to remove a disease? 2. That's not too bad. Okay. So we're going to populate 3. That way we can acquire these if we want to. So we're going to reveal 3 level 1 trinkets. I'll just put them above the board here. We have, I'll show you what they are and how they work. We haven't really talked about this. So trinkets come in a flavor of a good and a bad event. So when you start it, you have it up on the good side. So this is the Book of Relaxation. When we have it up, we can flip it to reduce our stress by 2. I really want that, actually. Wow. But then we have the Book of Relaxation over here. It is going to be -2 on something. Gotta look at, oh, that looks like -2 dodge. So for that round, we can flip it back over. That's how you flip them back and forth. You got to do the good and the bad. And then the next trinket we have is going to be the Cautious Cloak, Scout Without Suffering. This is 1 person, but this is really good too. Scout Without Suffering is stress. Of course, when you use it again, you're going to do -1. If you saw that, you're going to do -1 Torchlight. That's not great either. And then the last one on our list is going to be the Bleed Charm. When you hit with a skill, inflict an additional 2 bleed for 2 turns. That's pretty good. And then, one turn to lose 1 turn to a condition you're causing. That's not a very bad effect compared to the benefit of that trinket. So those are the trinkets we have available to us. We can purchase them, I think. I don't gotta look up the wagon and see how we operate with the wagon. The Nomad Wagon. The first day a hero visits Nomad Wagon, draw and reveal 3 level 1 trinkets. Leave them until the Hamlet phase ends. Then reshuffle them back into the deck. A hero visiting Nomad Wagon can sell one of their equipped trinkets and buy one from the available trinkets at the following prices. Buy a level 1 trinket for 4 gold. Man, we're going to do that, that's for sure. We're going to spend this gold real quick, y'all. But I have 4 gold right here. So I think that the Hellion has a really good bleed ability. But man, those other 2 with the stress and everything, the scouting are so good. It's just hard to pass them up. But we are going to spend 4 gold for sure to get a trinket from there while she's there. I think for her, we're going to, because she does have a bleed ability called, let me see, called, what is it? If It Bleeds, and it's a good one. So I think we're going to do this when you hit with a skill that inflicts bleed. Afflict additional 2/2. That is very, very good. So we're going to take this ability for the Hellion. And I'm going to show you where we put these into slots when we get them. That's her go. Now I got we know what this guy's doing. He's going to go to the tavern where he's going to spend 3 of our remaining 10 gold. So we're going to take 2 back rather. Take 2 back. He's going to spend 3. That's going to allow him to reduce his stress by 6, which will put him at actually 2. So he's still got stress on him, but much, much better. That was his go. And then last but not least, we have the Grave Robber. And I think for her, we can do this for, it says use one of your hero skills at level 2. It only costs 1 gold to do that. We can temporarily upgrade one of our skills. Or I could just save up experience and upgrade skills. I think that's a better way to go. I think that for this round, she is going to go to the Survivalist and spend a gold to gain us an extra provision die. I'll just put it right here for now. This to signify we purchased that provision die. And that is day 1. Okay, we already did the Vestal, so you know what she did. She went and took care of her wounds. Very helpful. Now they all come back, and then we're going to do another day. We're going to make sure, do we do them in order this time? So we're going to go to the next day. What do they want to do now? Let's see. The Hellion does have some damage. I could heal 3 of it for a gold. That's not bad. I think that's what she's going to do because we're going to go into that next. No, you know what she's going to do? She has 3 stress. She's going to go here and spend a gold to reduce her stress to nothing. She's now got no stress. That's pretty effective. The Highwayman, he's already, he has some damage. He could, yeah, we're running low on cash now though, y'all. We're getting down there. Do I want to buy, that's 4 for a trinket, right? Did I say it was 4 for a level 1 trinket? Is that what I told y'all? I think so. Let's take a look at that again. Oh, 2. 1 level 1 trinket. No, 1 level 1 trinket for 4. We sell them for 2. So that would only leave me with 1 gold. But man, these sure are good. I hate to pass up on them like that. We still have some stress on the board. I don't feel good about not leaving that stress for leaving, like the Grave Robber needs some high like stress reduction. So I think for the Highwayman, we've got to leave some room for some stress healing. We can heal 10 stress. Right? Is it no, not 10 stress. We can go to the tavern and heal 6 stress for 3. That's a lot. So we're going to break up our 5 here. We're going to get 4 back because we're going to go and get another provision die with the Highwayman. That's what he's going to do. I was hoping, remember, I rolled up to get a bunch more money, and well, we didn't. Maybe I don't have enough ones in the. There we go. There's another 1, and that's 3. I need 1 more. 1 more 1. Is there 1 more 1? There's another 1 in there. Okay, and that's going to give us another provision die, an extra provision die there from that fine fellow, the Highwayman. Then our Grave Robber is going to. Our Grave Robber needs stress, so they could do nothing, right? They can't go to the graveyard. Oh, I also needed to get rid of that. Oh man, this is crazy, crazy time. So much to do here. I need to remove a disease for 2. So, actually, yeah, instead of getting that, I'm going to make sure he spent 2. Instead of getting that extra die, sadly, he is going to go here and get rid of the creeping cough. It's going to go back into the disease pile. So we went to the sanitarium and got cured of a disease. But what does that leave our Hellion to do? We need enough to get her stress down. She's the only one super stressed out now. We're going to leave that for her somehow, some way. We only got 3 gold left, so she's going to pass. She's not going to do anything this turn. The Vestal's not going to do anything this turn. We can just hang out. I guess. Is there a place to just hang out? They should have that just for the purposes of, doing nothing. Okay, they're going to do nothing. That's going to mark the end of the day. We'll go back to the last day because I don't have enough money for them to do anything. If I'm going to get done what I need done, they'll go back here. In the next round, he's going to do nothing. He's going to do nothing. Our Grave Robber is going here to spend 3 gold to gain to reduce stress down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put her 1 stress. She's got 1 stress. That's the way to end the Hamlet phase, and then we are done with the Hamlet. Okay, that's it for the Hamlet phase, and all this is going to come off the board. I'm going to keep the torch off because we're going to head for a new dungeon and a new quest. Now, where do we stand? The Highwayman has 2 stress and 4 damage on him still. The Hellion has 5 damage on her still, and her stress is 0. Grave Robber stress 1, damage of 3. Vestal stress 2, no damage at all at this point. So we are not in bad shape going into this. We have an extra provision die, which I'll put right here for now because we're going to get rid of the town board. And when I come back, we're going to pick a new quest and get started on that. So Scout Ahead is now discarded, as was the other quests that we had the choice of there, but we still have some quests to go. You know, we never camped. I could have, you know what, that was dumb of me. I could have got that extra experience point by camping. We didn't do it. You know why? Because I can't find the camp token. I have to figure out where the camp token is. I totally spaced on camping, and I need to remember that. I'm going to need a substitute for the camp token, but it's too late now. Also, these 2 trinkets are going to go back. We're not going to worry about them at the moment, and we'll see how that plays out. But we're going to draw a new quest and get ready to go on the next adventure. So here's the 2 we're going to have. We'll put this one back. This one will not get used because the 3rd quest will be the one for the Necromancer. So we have Wipe 'em Out. Monsters. The monster's unholy presence tainted the very opulent halls of this estate, casting darkness over its ruins. Thus, your orders are quite clear. Slay them all. We get 1 experience point per layer cleared. That we get 2 layers most likely, looks like. Oh, 3 possible layers. That's a lot of experience. Fundraiser. Wealth brings wealth. And this estate's noble destitute family, this was only but a saying. However, the owner was adamant that various riches could be found in the ruins. Venture through the ruins and take back what is ours. Bring wealth and glory back to our noble family. 1 layer room must be cleared as the minimum quest requirement. Clearing layers gains 10 gold. These are both good, but I want experience. I think we can get money through treasures and things like that. I want experience. So we're going to take Wipe 'em Out. And that means that that is going to be our quest for this round. Now, what does this mean? We're going to take all these tokens off, get them back. We need at least 1 of these. We're going to have no curios. No curios. Okay, so let's take all these off, see what we got, what we need from the remaining stuff that we have. We'll reshuffle the chests back together. Okay, so no curios. We're going to have 3 layers. I got to get the layer out. 2, 1. Got 2 blank rooms. 2 traps. Let's get another trap out. No treasure rooms, huh? Let's just make sure we got it. 1 darkness, 2 blank, 2 traps. Okay, I need another trap. Another layer. Trap. There we go. Layer. There we go. And everything else comes off. This is also going to get reshuffled. We're going to pick a new dungeon tile. Let me get those out. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. We're going to shuffle these dungeons up real quick. Pull 1 out. And we're going to get this one. Isn't that the one we just did? That looks like the one we just did, doesn't it? I'm going to go back and look. Huh. Is it? I think it is, actually. Yeah, let's look. That is, we're going to pick a different. That is so weird. There's plenty of them here. We're going to pick one that looks totally different. There, that looks totally different. I like that one. Okay, we're going to do that one. And I wouldn't have changed them out, but it looked like it was the exact same thing. So we're going to take all of these. We're going to mix them up. And we're going to shuffle them around here so I don't know what's what. Okay. All right. I think that's good enough. So we're just going to start placing them out at random. And then we'll get started with our dungeon. All right, and the torch begins right there as we start to head into this new dungeon to wipe out a bunch of monsters. Well, that's going to be fun, isn't it? We all like wiping out monsters. All right, so again, we're going to start the next part of our dungeon. We'll at least get through this part before we call this episode done. We have had some good fights so far, but not enough. We're going to have to do a lot of fighting in this one. We need money. We need all kinds of things. We have no gold left in the hamlet, but I do want to get experience points because that's how we level up our skills. We're going to need that to fight the Necromancer. So, let's get started. We are going to scout ahead, which means we're going to reveal this room only. It is a trap room, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll 1. Oh wait, we got to roll our provisions, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. For 4 characters, plus we bought the extra provision die. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got a DD, that's good. We'll see what we need. We got 2 potions, 2 torches, better than last time, 3 potions, 1 food, 1 bandage, 1 shovel. What do we want this to be? Is 1 shovel going to be enough? I think we'll just leave the bandages alone. It's either going to be food or shovel. I think we'll do, actually, I think I'm going to do another torch. Torches tend to get us in many different ways. So we got 3 torches going in there. These are our provisions for this dungeon. Okay, now next up we're going to get one die for each of our characters, and we're going to roll to see what they encounter on their way to this first trap room, where we'll have to resolve that as well. Okay, by the way, I did reorder these in the order that I wanted them in, based on their stance, the stance positions I want them in. So first off, we're going to go with the Hellion. We're going to roll for her die. What does she get? She gets a blank. That is fabulous. We're going to roll for the Highwayman. Now remember, he no longer has that disease, so we don't have to worry about that. He did get a, and that would have hurt him because that is an obstacle, and that's what would have triggered that disease. We get a Curio. We got plenty of, this is good because we got plenty of torches to deal with Curios right now, and a trap for the Vestal. So let's start to resolve those one by one. Let's get this handy dandy little chart out and see what we got to do. So first, a blank is easy. It just goes away. Okay. We know we need a shovel. I have one, so we're going to take this tool, whether they're not called shovels, they're called tools, to clear that rubble away. We'll do that. The Curio, we are absolutely going to use a torch. I'm not going to take a risk there, but that means we have an extra step. We need to get the Curio deck out and see what happens to the grave robber as she sifts through a Curio. Now, the cool thing about the torch is when you use a torch on a Curio, you only get the good things from the Curio, not the bad stuff. So let's see what we get. A suit of armor. Okay, well, we got a couple of good things here, I believe. We get a trinket. Oh, that's awesome. So we would have taken a stress. We don't. We would have taken bleed. We don't because of the torch. But what does it say? It says, an antique suit of armor stands amidst the ruins. You see something shining from the gap in its helmet. As you reach for it, the head guard clamps shut, drawing blood. You break free with the trinket in hand, but now you need to stop the bleeding. So we're not going to deal with the bleeding because we had that wonderful torch, and we're going to get a positive quirk for the Hellion. Yay. That is positive, correct? Yes, see, you know, I wish they had done these cards brighter because it's really hard. No, that is a negative. No, that's positive quirk. It's gold, not red. Okay, we're going to get a positive quirk and a trinket for the Hellion. That is amazing. We certainly need that. The Hellion already has a trinket, though, so we can give that to somebody else immediately, but she has this trinket now, the bleed charm, which we're going to keep on her for sure. But let's see what good positive quirk she gets. Let's see. She gets hard skinned. Oh man. X crit divided by 2. We'll see what that means. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but that sounds really, really good for us, doesn't it? It does. Okay, so there's that quirk. It is a quirk, right? Yes. Okay, we got that for her. That is fantastic. We're going to take a look and see what that quirk does. It says X crit, so I guess crit value, well, I'm not going to speculate, we're going to look it up. Though it would be nice if you could get to the point where you just know what all these things are, and I think you would over time if you played it enough, but I don't play it enough to do that. So where are all the other problem is the rulebook isn't fantastic. I'm sure if I go on BGG I can find a really good reference guide for all this stuff instead of flipping through a lot of stuff in the book. Okay, there's negative quirks, positive quirks. Here we go. That is called hard-skinned, right? So hard-skinned, whenever the hero suffers critical damage, reduce it by half, rounded up. No problem. So critical damage gets reduced. That is fantastic. What a great quirk that is. Okay, and then we're going to get a level 1 trinket. Let me pull level 1 trinkets out again. And there's quite a few of them. And let's see what she gets. Now we're going to pass this on. We can pass this on immediately to someone else. Maybe she'll want to keep it. Warrior's Brace, accuracy +2 when in this stance. That is the lead stance. That's her stance, actually. You know who else has bleed is the Highwayman. He's got open vein. So I think we're going to swap the bleed charm to the Highwayman. He's going to get that. She's going to get the Warrior's Bracer, which is AC +2. Or accuracy rather, +2. When in that stance, we can activate it. And that is going to be her trinket that she got from the Curio. Good Curio action there. Now remember, she would have got that stuff anyway, but if she had not used the torch, she would have also taken the bleeding and the stress. So we didn't have to do that. And that resolves her thing. That's it. Now the last thing we have to do is a trap. Now remember, we can ignore it with the tools, but we're just going to roll on an 8 or 2. Let's see what she gets. She got a 5, so it wasn't a crit, so she's going to take some damage, the Vestal. She will take 2 damage, putting her at 2 damage. So the Vestal has taken 2 damage as a result of a trap. And that is it. So we have now successfully made it to a trap room. So let's see what the trap room does now. Trap room. Each hero suffers a combination of damage and or stress equal to the dungeon's level. The room can't be cleared. So we are now in this room. Unfortunately, we can't clear it, and that sucks. So we are going to each take a damage or stress. So the Grave Robber is going to take a stress. The Vestal will take 1 point of damage. That puts her at 3, by the way. The Highwayman's already got 4 damage. He will go up to 3 stress, and the Hellion will go up to 1 stress, and that will be the trap room. All right, and done. We're going to our next part of the exploration. Of course, I am going to scout again. I'm starting to build up stress, though. I don't like that. I already see the stress meters rising. Actually, the Hellion should be at 2 because of the scouting. I don't like not scouting. Rolling those 2 dice is not good. It's really, really bad. So I think we are going to scout, which means everybody's going to gain no stress. That puts the Highwayman back up to 4. The Hellion is now at 3. We got 4 now. 3 on the Vestal and 3 on the Grave Robber. Okay, so we're going to go here and we're going to reveal this room. It is the first of our battles. That is fantastic. But of course, first we have to roll our dice here. Since we're still in a place to see that, we're just going to keep going. Okay, let's get this show on the road. So for our Hellion, she's got a rubble. It means she's going to take some damage because we don't have any more tools. The Highwayman got a Curio. That's good. The Grave Robber got a trap. No problem. If Grave Robber has evasion, that'll help with the trap some. And another Curio. There goes all of our torches if we want to use them, and we do. So for the first thing, the rubble, can't do much about it. So we're going to have to clear that. And the rubble is going to, for the Hellion, is going to do one of 2 things, right? Let's see. Exploration. Rubble, consume a tool, or suffer 1 damage and 1 stress. So she's going to have to suffer, the Hellion is going to, she's at 6 health now, and 4 stress. Okay. That's that. Now we're going to Curio Room. We are definitely going to use a torch on it. There's that. I can't believe we used up these torches already. But Curios suck if you don't do that. They're so bad that you almost always want to. All right, what do you get? Altar of Light. This has got to be a good thing, right? Okay. A small holy altar seems out of place against the backdrop of corruption. You open the small sack resting at the altar's feet and feel your fingers twitch as you realize the sack has been drenched in some sort of toxin. So we would have taken this, but we don't. We do get 5 gold. Happy to see that. Here's a stack of 5 gold. Then we get a. She would get a. Looks like a positive quirk again. A lot of these have positive quirks on them. It is a gold background, so it is a positive quirk. Let's get those out and see. So the this is going to be the Highwayman, right? Yeah, the Highwayman. Okay. So we got 5 gold. He got Clotter. Now he can only have 3 of these. He's got 1 already. He's got quick reflexes. Now he's got Clotter. I'm going to have to move some things around because he's getting a lot of stuff around him. And he's got Clotter, which means when he does bleed, he takes 1 less. That's pretty good. We'll put that right there. Those go back. And then next up, the next good thing we have is we got a provision die. Now, we would have taken 1 blight for 3 turns. That's not terrible, but anyway, we got a lot of good stuff out of it. So we got another potion. Yeah. But it is what it is. So that is another Curio down for us. Let's see. Okay. Curios are out of the way, except for the trap that's next. So we got the trap next for her. She's going to roll. Now she needs, it's a 9, or actually, yeah, 9 or better. It's 8, but she's got an evasion of 1. A 3, so it does hit. It does not crit. which means she is going to take 2 damage. Man, I tell you, I think this stuff makes it worse for us. So we're at a 5. I'm just going to swap her out for a 5 there. She's at 5 damage now. So out of 11. So when we get into a battle, the Vestal's got to do some work. And then last but not least, the Vestal also has a Curio. So we're going to use that last torch, the last torch we have, to get ourselves another good Curio. Let's hope that works. Alright, and we found a bookshelf, handy for her. We would have taken a stress, we would have gotten a bad trait, a bleed 1, and a good quirk. So bad quirk, good quirk, but we're only going to get the good quirk. A bookshelf full of old leather-bound books. As you reach out for a big tome, a sharp, this text is hard for me to read over the camera like this. A sharp ornament falls and slashes your hand. An intense pain rushes through you only to be washed away by your renewed vigor. Okay, well, we're going to just get a positive trait on that. I think I need to get a magnifying glass to read those things, I swear, because they're dark and in a funky handwriting. So let's, I think I still have them out somewhere, don't I? Nope, I don't. Put it back. So another positive quirk goes on the Vestal. Let's see what she gets. She gets early riser. So if the torch is at a certain level, she gets a buff. And I think if it goes up, rather, she gets a buff. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. But we'll take a look at it just to be sure. Don't need to look at it right now. Okay, that is it. And next up, we go into a battle room. So we're going to take the dice thing off here. We're going to see what the room is that we're going to fight in. Hopefully it's not the same one. We've done it twice now. Let's see. You can see I'm shuffling them up too. So remember, we've got to do this big battle. It's going to be Spiked Pit. So we got 2 things. We got the Circle of Power monsters standing here at the end of their turn, or get 4 health. We don't want that. And the Spiked Pit heroes and monsters that are pushed or standing here at the end of their turn take 3 damage and suffer 1 3-turn bleed for 1 point. So that is the Spike room. We're going to get that out. Got lots of rooms to get out here. It is number 4. So that's easy enough to find. And it should be on the back of this one. Nope, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. It's on the back of the one we had. But man, we're just going crazy here. All right, there we go. This is our new room. Let me get these out of the way. Put this out of the way. And it's going to slip in right here. All right, we're going to get this set up. I'm going to make sure I put the treasures out now too, because that would be helpful, wouldn't it? But our heroes are going to go here, 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 and here on the other side of these spikes. These are the spiked areas. This is the altar of power. And then the monsters, let's see. Okay, I do see some chests. I'm going to grab one at random. I got them all randomized out here. I don't know what they are. There's a chest here. Is there another one? There's one over here. Let's grab another one. Okay. There we go. All right. And then we're going to get the deck of monsters out. And we're going to get the board set up, and that's going to be where we end this episode. Okay, here we go. Give a couple cuts. See what we get. We get a Bone Courtier. This is a back row guy. He's going to go here. We get a maggot. Oh, the maggots are so cute. They're small, and they go in the front. So this is going to be right here. Let's see what else we get. Uh-oh, we got the ghoul. The ghoul takes up 2 spaces. He's level 2. Should he be in here? I'm not sure. I'm going to look that up. I don't know if he should be in here because he's nasty, but I think he should. It's him and the big bone captain or something like that. I'm going to double check that to see if he should be in amongst all of these big bad guys. I think that he shouldn't be, but I'm going to double check. Because there is a guy that's supposed to be in here that's big. It's that guy, but he's still level 1. So I think that we're going to have to remove the ghoul. I don't think he belongs in this deck. He's a level 2 monster. These are all level 1. Let's see what else we get. We get a Cultist Brawler, which I don't think we've seen. These guys are nasty, the Cultist Brawlers. And last but not least, we get a Pliskin, a Snake Pliskin. So that's interesting, and that is going to mean that a lot of these guys are not going to come back in the game. Let me get them out on the board, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, everybody, here's our battlefield set up and ready to go. Here's the maggots. They're pretty nasty little creatures right there. We got the snake. Our Pliskin is over here. And then we got the bone, cultist brawler rather. They are big nasty fellas. Look at these, pretty cool looking dude too. He is up here in the front with the bone courtier. That's the bone courtier miniature. Man, they look just like the ones in the video game, which is super cool. All right, so in the next episode, we're going to start with our big battle. I hope you're keeping up with me here. This is a rather complicated game. I know I saw somebody commenting about it. They're so glad they didn't back it. I hear you. I totally hear you. I love Darkest Dungeon, so I might, in the future, if I was playing with a bunch of people, maybe I'd start to house rule some things. Maybe not. I don't know, but I actually enjoy the way this game plays. It'd be much easier to play with others because it's a very fiddly game, which to emulate the computer game, the video game, you almost have to be. By the way, Darkest Dungeon 2 drops in version 1.0 on Monday. I cannot recommend it enough. If you like really hard combat, really hard decisions, and a tactical roguelike, that's what it is, as you're driving this wagon up through to try and get to the mountain and defeat your confession. So anyway, give it a shot if you haven't. And also the original Darkest Dungeon, you can get that on Steam. You can get it on your iPad or your Android device. It's such a fun game. Play it. It's not like exactly like this, but this has done a good job of emulating some of that. So check it out. And I will talk to you in the next episode of this game. So I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.